Hello, and welcome to the Reef. This is going to be our hub for the entirety of the House of Wolves.
Good grief. The Reef.
Let's get going.
Hey, we're Space Elf. You know what they say, the only good Space Elf is a dead Space Elf.
Well, you see, I have to be the Space Elf in the Reef. It's just natural.
Is this a Space Elf area or something?
Yes, this is the Queen's domain.
Full of space magics.
Indeed.
And
hey,
wizardry.
and Fallen.
What the?
This one's not trying to kill us. So, I'll take a rundown quickly of the NPCs. The first one we come across was Petra. She's going to be our mission handler for most of this. Then there was Varix, who is the Fallen guy. He's pretty fucking cool. I like him a lot. There's Master Ives, or Cryptarch, and we're just now heading towards someone you'll recognize, Fawks.
Oh, Brother Vance.
Yes, Brother Vance. He's here.
And he doesn't wear underpants.
So yeah, that's most of the important stuff. There's a vault here, there's a mailbox, there's, bounty board. But all that is unimportant for the purposes of this LP, so I didn't really take much of a look at it. But
I'm seeing a lot of taken emblems here.
Taken emblems. Maybe Fallen?
Fallen. That's, who the Taken? I don't know. Fallen, I'm seeing a lot of Fallen emblems and crates.
Alright, so a quick rundown. House of Wolves, it's not really explained well in-game, but on the kind of promotional thing, the trailer they put out for it, the Wolves have kind of mutinied on the Queen. So the House of Wolves were those Fallen we saw in the cutscenes with the Queen, and now they are no longer here. But a lot of the structures and a lot of the extra stuff here is actually Fallen stuff.
Wait.
And as of the Taken King, this actually starts out with the Scourge of Winter, which was that thing we did way back when on Venus.
If it's just on the comms. The wolves are led by Skolas, the last of their Kells. He wants control.
So wait, are we fighting Fallen? Or are we fighting Space Elves?
We're fighting Fallen.
And take command of their troops. With your help,
Huh?
we'll stop him.
So,
Okay, so the Fallen, the House of Wolves in specific, were basically loyal to the Queen of the Reef.
Your ghost is feeding me telemetry.
who's a Space Elf?
Yes.
Why not take one of those heavy pikes for a spin?
Okay.
Anyway. Hello.
So I'm gonna guess
Those heavy
Hi,
pikes
welcome.
come standard with mines.
to the
Sure how to
cut
deploy them,
people.
though.
So yes. What were you gonna...
I was gonna say, so basically the pure blood Space Elves, non-Earthborn Space Elves are they don't really care about allegiance to humans or anything like that.
Oh no, they
They're-
hate everybody who aren't them.
Right, that's what I was going to say. They don't really have
Yeah.
a horse in this race.
Oh no. But once the wolves went renegade, that was their cue to say, "Hey, you know that favor you owe us? Yeah, get on it."
And
Anyway.
yes, this does explain that each enemy, hey, they look different.
Yeah. So, what I was just displaying, that was Shiro's regime. It is both an old and a new exotic. I have both versions for once.
Cool.
And this right here is a heavy pike, introduced with House of Wolves. Slightly more useful than a regular pike, but I still don't like it.
Python just hates fun. Continued part 34.
The wolves have control of the
This-
House of Winter's artillery.
This isn't fun.
Take it
This
up
is
before they
this
do.
is just another pike. It has
Hey,
mines, which you kind of just set out by dodging in a direction. They don't do spectacular damage to the walker. I mean, well, let's be fair. Nothing
What
this
does?
pike, nothing this pike does will do anything to this walker, really.
So yeah, this also kind of introduces the idea that there are different factions for enemy races, as far as I know.
Well,
I'm probably wrong on that.
Only slightly. The Fallen. We got to look at some of the houses earlier. Like on Earth, there's the houses of devils and kings. The kings are kind of in the shadows for now, but we'll hear more about them later. And on Venus, there was the house of Winter. Yeah, Winter. And the wolves, which were separated from everyone because they were in league with the queen, were at the reef. So we've kind of known about the different kind of sects of Fallen, but this is the first time we're really doing much in regards to that.
Right. But there's also different factions of the other races as well, like the Cabal.
Yeah.
Though I would say they're not really factions in the Cabal's case, I would say they're more like units.
Yeah,
Like,
regiments or something.
Regiments, yeah.
So, let me talk about Surus Regime real quick. When not ADSing, this thing fires pretty well, pretty quickly. But when ADSing, it slows down quite a lot, as you can tell, but does a heap more damage per shot. And the further along in the mag it goes, the more damage it does. So, one of the things I took to doing was spamming the first round and a half a mag, not ADSing, and then scoping in for the last half for that damage bonus.
See, it's really interesting to sort of see that progression along using that gun. I don't think there's anything like that in Destiny 2 that I can tell. All the guns really fire too fast, yeah. I like that idea for an exotic.
Yeah, and another neat feature this thing has is it heals you. Well, it has a chance to heal you on a kill.
Right, of course.
So it's really fucking good. This was one of the first year favorites, and it was enough of a favorite that it got brought back.
I recognize that PAL weapon.
Mm-hmm. Oh
That's
yes,
a fusion rifle.
That's actually our energy weapon, or our secondary weapon, or special
really?
weapon. Yeah.
Wait, is that another thing that got changed from one to the other?
Yep. Actually, our current heavy is. I'm not gonna dance around it anymore. Our power heavy weapon is a sword, and we'll be making use of it.
Oh, hey, look at that. It's that thing that everyone likes to talk about.
Oh.
The self-resurrect.
Oh yes, Sunsinger. It was one of my favorite year 1 classes. I think I ran mostly Defender, and then my second character was a Sunsinger, and I never really looked back on that one. The self-res is super good. And on top of that, you can just sit there and shove grenades down anything's throat that you don't like. For days.
Oh, yeah. It looks fun.
Yeah, sadly, this walker, not so much fun.
Yeah, it's kind of tearing you a new one, isn't it?
I mean, it's less that, and it just won't. It's more that it just won't fucking die.
How much health can it have left, honestly?
More than enough to be annoying, that's for sure.
It actually kind of looks like its health bar is inverted by this point.
There you go.
Oh, hey, you unlocked an upgrade. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually just, I think I just bought that exotic from the exotic vendor before recording these episodes.
Field work. Get after them, Guardian.
So, there you go.
The House of Winter and devils and kings, they hate Skolas. They think he betrayed the Fallen at the Twilight Gap.
There's
I'm gonna
a
guess
little bit of
a little bit of
lore.
lore. Interesting.
Skolas was in a pod for years.
I'm gonna guess Skolas is the leader of the wolves.
Yeah, he is the one who incited this little rebellion of theirs.
I'm sure there's a reason why.
Well, I mean,
Which
he
we will
doesn't
get
like.
into at another point.
I mean, he doesn't like being in captivity. Clearly.
To Skolas.
No, I mean why he changed allegiances from the Fallen to this in the first place.
Oh, I don't think it's explained very well. I think the Queen just kind of ran across them and said, "Look, we're gonna kill you if you don't join up." So.
Varix, get on the comms. What did he say?
Ah, right, okay.
Yes.
So,
Your tongue, he said. The wolves stand strong, cower before the Kell of Kells.
Kell of Kell.
basically,
Give himself a promotion?
he's a giant...
Of fallen legend,
What's the word I'm looking for here?
perhaps. Or he has gone quite mad.
He's a giant coward?
Kind of. I mean, he did just run away from us.
I mean, I feel like any other Fallen would have just been like, just fucking kill me. Do it.
I mean, yeah, the Fallen are a very honorable society. Very reminiscent of, like, old feudal Japan kind of thing.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go, actually, feudal Japan.
So, also added with the House of Wolves are these fun little devices on the ground. You see them pulsing red every now and then. That spring up, kind of like a bouncing Betty, and make you real slow. They're annoying.
Oh,
don't
yes,
like
I
them.
recognize them.
Yes, they're very annoying. Thankfully, you can keep yourself from going very slow by just shooting the mines that pop up. If you notice that they're about to go off, of course.
I was going to say, I like the fact that the servitors look different for this specific faction, so which means that, like, obviously, you know, each different faction has a different looking servitor and walker and stuff like that.
Oh, and I haven't really drawn attention to it, but here is where the Shanks started to kind of change as well. Now we have multiple different kind of sorts of Shanks. We have Tracers, which are snipers. We have Repeaters, which are basically the same as the Shanks we've seen before. Then we have the Explosive ones, which are in pain. And
Good old explosions.
I think that's it. I could be mistaken, but I think that's it.
That was not a very silent fang.
We're getting close. That cryo trace is getting stronger.
So yeah, we're actually heading into the end of the mission now, as you can see, respawning restricted and all. So this last bit is a kill everything bit, but with a fun little twist.
He's gone. That skiff has already broken orbit.
And it's
Help the
over.
Guardian. We'll get him. There's still plenty of wolves in there. Best clear them out.
So, that guy, that yellow guy, you see he's got a mission marker on him. We want to kill him. We want to kill him badly. You'll see why in just a sec here. There we go.
Impressive weaponry. Varix, what is that?
Oh,
This
yes,
thing-
okay.
This thing is amazing. Scorch cannons are so fun to use. And as you can see, they're so powerful.
Varric seems to like them.
Oh yes, Varix likes them a lot.
I'm sure he's rubbing his bug nipples as we speak. They're kind of like bugs in a way. I don't really know what they are.
Well, he does kind of make clicking kind of noises like a bug. Anyway, yeah, there you just saw what it looks like if you try and swipe something without sword ammo. Don't ask me how sword ammo works, I do not know.
Yeah, shame they didn't do much in other missions with Scorch Cannons.
Actually, they were debuted here in this expansion.
talking about the other one.
Well, shut up. That's it. Wrap it up. Go home. You're done.
Python's made another mistake.
So yeah.
That servitor just kind of looked at your grenade there.
Yeah. Oh, actually, it was kind of trying to cover up from it. It's a very little detail, but anytime there's a grenade anywhere near them that isn't specifically stuck on them, they'll actually shutter up their eye and kind of look at the ground. It's pretty cool.
Oh. That is their weak point, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this fight can get hairy, especially when you're getting into the thick of things like I am here. But
Oh yeah, I can tell.
it's pretty simple, all things told. Just don't die. Which, as a Sunsinger Warlock, is super easy.
I was
As long
gonna
as you
say
have your
that,
super up.
that guy really just wanted to kill you with your own grenade.
Yeah, they do that sometimes. But that was just the first wave. We've got more and more and more to kill.
Of course we do.
I mean, the way I see it, this encounter, while yes, it lasts a while, at least you feel like you're making progress in it. You know, you kill a bunch of things, and it's hectic enough to where it's not boring.
Have we talked about how this is the, did they add swords in this expansion?
No, they added that in the Taken King, actually. I just decided to say screw it.
I will still refuse to talk about it. Someone's got to be a professional in this LP.
Look, alright, so many things changed since we started this thing that it's impossible to tread around everything for long.
Yeah, a whole new game was released,
Yeah, imagine.
as well as an expansion for that game.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
We're not saying we take a long time, but it's not exactly moving at the speed of a hare or a rabbit or something. It's more like the turtle in that race.
Well, remember, the turtle eventually did win.
Is winning us completing this?
Yes. Yes, it
Nice.
is.
Get there eventually.
Indeed. Hey, we're like halfway there, alright? Also, I don't know why, but like the very last wave and the last few enemies spawns another Scorch Cannon for you to use.
That's
So you can just feel really awesome.
For a moment, I detected Vex energy all around the site.
keep
As for you,
keep that last line
great work.
in your head.
Nice to meet a
That'll
guardian
become
that
important.
exceeds my expectations.
Vex, huh?
Come back to the reef.
Yes, Vex.
Winter now bows to Skolas.
We might be through with the big bads of the Vex right now, but they are still a huge pain in the ass.
Because they're timey-wimey.
We found Skolas once. We can do it again.
Ah, she's got Big Boss.
Yeah, well, wrong eye, but yeah.
We just need to identify his next
Hang on.
target.
My brain's trying to figure out the name.
Started. Thank you, Guardian.
Solidus?
Is it Solidus?
I mean, he's the only other one who lost his eye in that series.
God damn it, I had Solidus in my mind and I thought that was wrong.